Well, YouTubers, yeah. I've just been filling out me forms. I've printed tickets off. I've tried to fill out my PLF, and basically I've nearly run out of paper that I brought for the printer, so I could do all that. Just to get 4 pieces of paper. Um, it wasn't exactly straightforward, I have to say. The Greek one is much easier than the UK one. But if I can do it, anybody can. So hopefully tomorrow, now I've got my passenger locator form filled out. I've got my Olympic ticket printed out and downloaded to my phone so that I can fly from Kefalonia to Athens. I don't know what the time is. It's getting on for about 8 o'clock at night now, and they still haven't checked me in for Ryanair yet. As I'm flying with a company called Kiwi because they linked the two flights up. I thought that was sensible because they insured the connection so that if I miss the connection for whatever reason, they will get me on another plane or refund me the money for that flight. Beginning to wish now that I'd just booked it myself because I would have been checked in, it would all be done, and I could be down the road getting a gyros from the town, which is where I'm going now. And tomorrow morning, hopefully, I'll be able to download the ticket. Otherwise, I'll be one very stressed bunny. Anyway, let's see what happens next, shall we? So yeah, there's the hub of all things Kefalonian. I've had a bit of a move around in the flat. There's the front door. I put the telly over there, the settee there, and made myself a little galley kitchen because I spend a lot of time in the living room. Anyway, let's see what happens next. Okay, well, here we go. It's the day that all Kefalonian expats sort of don't like. I'm about in the next hour or two about to fly off to Athens to get a connection to Stansted. I've locked the flat up, cleaned all the rooms, emptied the fridge, switched everything off. Hope to be back February, March, but we'll see. So I'm going to take you along on the journey with me, see how we get on and how easy it is. I'd like to say it's been a fantastic time here. Well, the first month or two was, but I had a business venture that didn't really work out, and it became quite stressful after that because I hadn't really accounted for the lack of funds that would be coming in. Anyway, that said, I think it's manageable, and I think we can move forward, as my ex-wife used to say. And I've got to go back to the UK and earn my money there for the time being. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, off we go out the front door. Well, will the plane land or will it not? There's a lot of cloud cover out there. Had a storm blowing earlier, and the clouds started to descend after the rain. The landlady thought it was hilarious, but well, if I can't get off the island this time, do you know what?
At Kefalonia Airport, flight announcements do not take place. Please consult the flight information board.
you that large bags must be stowed in the overhead bins. Smaller pieces and personal items bearing the light blue label must be stowed only under the seat in front of you, unless you are seated in an emergency exit row. All portable electronic devices, including mobile phones and tablets, must be switched off or set in flight mode prior to door closing. We would like to remind you that all Olympic air flights are non-smoking flights.
So here we go. I've got to find gate A1, A2, 3 apparently, because my flight's FR12 Ryanair London Stansted, which is on the middle screen as you're looking at this. So now I'll have to navigate round Athens Airport. Oh well, here we go. Well, there she is. We're on the right route now. Took a few wrong turns. It's quite a big airport. And of course the language barrier doesn't help. But yeah, found my way now. So I just got to follow those signs there. I'll be back with you in a minute. Well, I've eventually found my way to somewhere, just waiting for the gate to be announced now. Big airport. I'm a bit hot, I'm a bit tired. I'll be glad when we're on the plane. Oh, and of course the language barrier don't really help. I got stuck at customs, they searched all my bags, but never mind. At least the plane will be safe, I'm not going to blow it up, am I? Yeah. Not sure what to say about that, except that I know Tom would like the topping. Yeah, old GT, he'd like that, wouldn't he? I'm not sure the chicken boy would, but there you go. As if by magic, all of a sudden, we're home. So there's the sovereign of the bay. As you can see, it's a little chilly, the tide's gone out, and it's quite cold. So let's go in and I'll explain how the trip was and what happened. So, back on Sovereign Bay on the River Dart in Devon, UK. Am I glad to be back? Well, I have missed my friends and it'd be nice to go up and see my family over Christmas, but other than that, I did miss the boat more than I thought I would. But yeah, I did miss my boat, but the boat needs to be somewhere else, and it needs to be in Kefalonia, I think, really. The flat, well, the flat in Kefalonia, yeah, it's fantastic, and now I've got it. Well, I can go out whenever I want now, can't I? You know, that's not a problem. I do need transport though. Transport is key, because in Kefalonia you need to, most places you need to go for your shopping and stuff are going to be more than the walk away, unless you're living in Argostoli, of course. And of course, although I live in Argostoli, I live up on the hill, so I know my neighbours Terry and Janice walk down, but they always get a cab back up. So yeah, you really need transport, and the same goes for where I live here. You know, stuck out on the creek. The shop is more than the walk away, so you need transport here as well. So let's run through it. My landlady gave me a lift to Kefalonia Airport, where I caught a internal flight to Athens Airport, where I then wandered around Athens Airport aimlessly trying to find the gates, because you have to come through customs and then go back through customs to fly back to the UK, which I suppose makes sense. I got searched at the Athens Airport customs trying to get back in to get to the Ryanair flight. That's another story for another day. The guy actually was from Kefalonia who was searching me and knew where I was living, and congratulated me on getting my biometric card. So anyway, that was quite good fun. I then brought a hot dog from a place that sold burgers and sandwiches, but the woman wasn't very keen on serving anybody, seemed to be leaning on the counter and wasn't really interested talking on a phone. I felt like a bit of an inconvenience. When it came, it was cold. And all I managed to do was drink half a thing of Fanta, so I look a bit stressed in that part of the video, but that was why. Then we got on the bendy bus, which took us out to the Ryanair plane, and then we stood on the tarmac for half an hour to an hour while they got somebody off who was ill, apparently. Don't quite know. There wasn't any more explanation than that. Other than that, yeah, they got us back. We were slightly delayed, but not as bad as I thought we were going to be. And I arrived back on the boat late Saturday. So quite a long journey. Thank you, EasyJet, for cancelling my easy flight, which would have meant I'd have been back within 7 hours or so. Anyway, that's a story for another day. So yeah, we're back on Sovereign Bay. Now becomes a problem with the UK and the stupid way they're handling COVID. I filled my PLF out, and before I left for Kefalonia, I brought the day 2 test, because I was told that at the time you needed a test to fly, and I was told I could get that in Kefalonia far cheaper than I could here. So I just brought the one kit, the day 2 test for when I got back. It seems that they got chucked off the government site, but nobody emailed me to tell me that. It seems they went bankrupt. Expert Medical. If you're watching this video, don't touch them. Expert Medical. Absolutely abysmal service. So I get back and I have to then log in to do my test to send it off. I looked on the site and it said that they'd been chucked off. It also said on the information from the government that they were still going to take my test. So I tried ringing them. Forget it. So I go on the site, try to log it in, it wouldn't log in. So then I try ringing them again. Forget it. So I think it was probably late Tuesday. Bearing in mind I was supposed to send the test off on Wednesday. On Sunday. So it was late Tuesday that I managed to get hold of somebody, and that was leaving the phone wedged on the settee, just ringing and ringing and ringing, while I went about my business of getting the boat so that I could live on it again, because I'd shut it all down. Eventually got through to somebody who then cut me off. So I tried again, and it took me another 4 hours, I think, who I eventually got through to somebody who said, oh yeah, you'll need another barcode. The one we've sent you isn't valid anymore. So I get the barcode, and then that was okay. The rest of it was pretty simple. I logged into their site, entered my barcode, did my test, found out where it got to be posted, and got it posted. Well, we're now at Friday and I still haven't heard anything, and I'd rather like to go to work. I've got things that I needed to do. So I've been in the UK a week. I did everything I was supposed to do, paid for my test, sent it off, and I still can't officially leave the boat or my home. So you tell me. I personally am not one of these people. I don't want people putting all this political rubbish on my YouTube. It's not a political site. I personally would take the vaccination because I think it's the best thing to do from what I personally have researched. I know there are people who can't because they have allergies or whatever. That's fine. I don't think that the governments of the world should be enforcing people to do it. I think, you know, what you do with your own body is your own business, and I think it's against people's human rights. However, that rant is finished with. I've done everything I'm supposed to do and I'm still trapped on my boat, and that's my particular gripe. So as I've said before, I don't want any comments on political comments on my site. They'll just get taken off. It's not that sort of site. I'm just really giving you the up on what's happened to me personally. So yeah, I'm back on Blighty, awaiting my test results so that I can leave the boat. From what I've read on it, if I don't get them 14 days, and I can just ignore it anyway, and that's probably, I think, what's going to happen. I did ring the company today and managed to get through, but I could hear dogs barking in the background and kids running around. Doesn't sound very professional to me. So we'll see, won't we? So what's for the future? Well, I need to earn a lot of money. The business deal that I had going in Kefalonia didn't come off yet, although whether it will in the future or not remains to be seen. But of course then that tripped me up because I had no income, and I thought I might have an income or a future income that I could borrow against. Well, I'd already borrowed against the future income, which is now not going to happen, if that makes any sense. There's no work in Kefalonia, although I could register and work there if I wanted to, because I'm within the withdrawal agreement. So I decided to come back to the UK and carry on as I did, because I can do that too, luckily. So I'm back in the UK now, and I will be, I've managed to pick up a couple of little jobs, so hopefully we'll work away, and so long as I spend 6 months in Kefalonia on and off, coming backwards and forwards, which I can do in the summer, flights are cheap, then I intend to do that. So I'm going to get the best of both worlds, hopefully. I get to keep Sovereign Bay, which is, you know, one of my loves. So I'll be able to play with the boat during the summer. So yeah, for you guys, it's going to be an interesting time watching. Sorry this video was a bit boring, because I've watched some of it back during editing and before we got to this stage, and yeah, it is a bit boring, I know. So yeah, for the next few months at least, you'll be watching me either working, fixing the boat, cooking, and whatever else I get up to. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please carry on watching. You can always switch off halfway through if you don't like what you see, but I will try and make these videos a bit more entertaining. So in the summer, if you're thinking of coming backwards and forwards to Kefalonia, dead easy, book a Ryanair flight. Some of them are 15 quid, but you usually find that the return's going to be 150, 200, but it's still pretty cheap. You can also, you don't have to go with holiday companies. I mean, I for the last 30 odd years, I used to stay with a family that I got very used to, and they always did me a good deal. And I used to just book a room. I'd ring them up, get a room off them booked, then I'd book my flight and I'd go out there. They'd pick me up at the airport. I'd have a lovely time. I'd also hire a car or a motorbike, well, usually a motorbike, and I'd drive around the island. So that's the summer. It's dead easy from around March till about October. I wouldn't push it further than that, because they tend to cancel the flights after that at the moment. But yeah, you can fly in and out dead easy and dead cheaply. In the winter, as I say, you have to fly from here to Athens, and then from Athens into Kefalonia. So that makes it a bit more complicated, but it can be done. And as you've seen from some of my videos, that the place is a beautiful place any time of the year. I mean, when I left it, they had a few storms. It was pouring down with rain and wasn't very nice, but you know, the next day the sun comes out, so it's a nice place to be. Anyway, I've just spotted a friend of mine that's coming down the pontoon, so I'll have to stick my head out the door and say hello to them. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because I need to start earning some money somehow, and maybe this might be one of the ways that I could do that. I'm looking for sponsors and all sorts of things now, and maybe I'll get some better cameras and better editing suite. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.